Hello and welcome to the second part of the Equipment Upgrade Guide, where we will look at the upgrade system for armors. In the first part, we looked at the upgrade system for weapons in Monster Hunter Generations, where we were introduced to the material value meter system, were introduced to hyper monsters and using their materials in upgrades, Deviant monster quests and how materials from Deviant monsters are used in upgrades, and we also took a look at the Insect Glaive upgrade system. There is a lot of useful information in that video, so I recommend you watch it before watching this one, as this companion video is the natural follow-on from there. We'll look at 3 examples in this guide: a basic Rare 2 armor piece, an R series armor piece, and a Deviant armor piece. Okay, so firstly we're going to make this Merahoa headpiece, and it requires Killer Beetle, Light Crystal, and a couple of plant materials. Now that that's done, we're going to go straight into the upgrades. Alright, you'll see for the first upgrade, we simply need Zenny and an armor sphere. Ditto for the next upgrade. And then we suddenly start to need materials for the upgrade. For this particular helmet, it's going to have that requirement for the level 4 upgrade. And there's a very slight variation between at which level you first need materials to make any one upgrade between different armor pieces. It's a very slight difference, but there is a little bit here and there, so I thought I'd just make a note of that. But anyway, for the 4th upgrade here, we're going to need this big hibiscus leaf material, which you can get as a bonus kind of material from the cat farming runs. And we're also going to be required to use 6 points worth of value in the bug material category. So we'll just go ahead and use 3 of these flash bugs, and we've got that upgrade. Next, we're alternating back to the Armor Sphere and Zenny upgrade. There we go, and again, and again. This time around, we're required to use a ticket that we got from that farming run cat, and we've got some high value materials from the bug category for this particular upgrade as we're higher up in its upgrade path. There we go, Armor Sphere and Zenny. And for the final upgrade, we're going to need this heavy armor sphere, another one of those hibiscus materials, and 6 more points worth of value from the high rank bug material category. And there we have it, a maxed cap for our hunter. Next up, we're going to take a look at the R series of armors. Now, the R series of armors are new with Monster Hunter Generations and are able to be made with the availability of hyper monster calves. Many R series armor pieces come with a single armor skill, which sounds bad, but the armor skill will very often have lots of points dedicated to it. In this example of the Rathalos R cap, we have 6 points to weakness exploit. Due to some of these R series armor pieces having lots of points to a single armor skill, it makes some of them very attractive to use in mixed armor sets. Let's go ahead and make and upgrade this one. And right off the bat, we can see that we are required to use a Rathalos specific hyper monster material, and we also need 2 other just general Rathalos materials, and then on top of that we need to get some further Rathalos materials to contribute to the value meter, a value of up to 8 points required. So you can see that it's quite a large investment straight from the get-go when you're making these R series armors. So there we go, and we have it equipped. Now it's time to upgrade it. Alright, the first upgrade just requires simply Zenny and an armor sphere. Same for the next, and same for the next. After that, we are required to have the hyper-specific Rathalos scale, and then 6 points of high-value Rathalos materials. We'll just grab it from a wing, and we'll grab it from a scale from high rank. Next upgrade is simply Zenny and armor sphere. And now we come to the final upgrade of this, and we require the 1 armor sphere, which is the heavy armor sphere, and interestingly we require 10 high value materials from a general pool of hyper materials. You'll notice at the bottom of the right section of this top screen there is 1 out of 12 pages. In the first couple of pages we've got these generic hyper materials, which we explained what they were in the last video. And then the next few pages just shows you all the different hyper materials that I have in stock. Look at that. Even the tickets that you can get as rewards from hyper monster fights. So it's interesting how you can select from a pool of hyper materials and you can draw from any monster, not just the Rathalos, for this particular upgrade. So if I wanted to, I could go crazy. Let's do, I don't know, this one from Zamtrios, I think it is. This one from Nadrala. What else we got? 4 points. This one is, oh, Blangonga. There we go. And we've got our level 7 Rathalos R cap with that lovely 6 points to weakness exploit. The last important note that I want to make regarding the use of hyper monster materials is that they are sometimes required in the upgrades of non-R series of armors. In fact, it seems that the higher rarity the armor, the more likely they will chuck in the requirement of a hyper material. I guess similarly we saw it in the weapon upgrade video as well, when we were upgrading, for example, the Deviant Sword and Shield for the Nagakuga. There was a requirement of a hyper material somewhere towards, I think, the end of the upgrade path for that. But in any case, we will actually see this requirement of a hyper material in the next armor we make an upgrade, and that's going to be the Deviant Uragaan helmet. Alright, so when we look in the list, the Deviant Rare X armors, just like the weapons, are going to be towards the back of the list, and just before the collaboration gear. And we'll find the Deviant Uragaan helmet here. Now to make this one, we're going to be required to use the level 1 ticket, as well as one of his specific materials and some generic Uragaan materials, as well as a generic Wyvern bone. I'd like to also say before we're going into this that just like the Deviant weapons, there are 10 levels to upgrade for the armors. I actually have an excellent video explaining the nature of the Deviant armors, so please check that out if you haven't already. Alright, so let's do this. And there we go, it has been made and equipped. Now to upgrade it. Okay, for the first level we're going to need the level 2 ticket as well as this strange shaped bone. Level 3 ticket and a jaw from the Deviant Uragaan. For the next, we've got a Deviant treasured jaw from him and a level 4 ticket for the next upgrade. And when we get to the level 5 upgrade, we're going to need 2 specific materials as well as the general pool one. This particular one is high rank materials drawn from a pool of just, I guess, generic Uragaan materials. And we can see here are some generic Uragaan materials. Here we go. Here's the hyper material from Uragaan. So coming in at this level 5 upgrade. Got some high rank materials all along the way. These are now into the treasure lad, as we like to call him, the Deviant Uragaan specific materials. So a bit of freedom in how you choose. We'll go ahead and use 2 of these generic Uragaan materials here. Okay, level 6 ticket and another treasure jaw. Another strange shaped bone, level 7 ticket. This seems to be I think a higher grade strange shaped bone, which is a bit of a generic material gotten from some monsters. This one is a rare 8 ticket and a high rank scale from specifically, again, this Deviant Uragaan. This one was level 9 ticket and another treasure jaw. This one seems to be another type of treasure jaw. Interesting. Must be a little bit rarer. And now we got the final upgrade, the level 10. Obviously we require the level 10 ticket, and this time around we're going to need Deviant Uragaan specific materials of a high rank value of 15 points cumulative. So here are some of the materials we can use from him, as well as we can use the tickets gained from his quests, and we can also use the scrap materials which we would have gotten solely from making his equipment. Now, scrap materials in this game can be gotten from making equipment, and you can also get some scrap materials from some monsters from the little balloon Monster Hunter minigame. But for example, this being Deviant scrap materials, we're not going to be able to get that from that minigame because there's no Deviant monster hunts in there, so I think that's important to note right here. Okay, so to make up this value, we'll just use 3 of these little treasure rock clods or clumps. Chuck them in, and there we have it, a fully upgraded Deviant Uragaan helmet. And for some reason I got the rainbow pigment left on, that's pretty funny actually. Well, anyway, there we go. Thanks so much for watching the video, and if you have any other questions, make sure to write them in a comment down below. My name's RisingFunGaming. Make sure to leave a like if you feel that this video helped you out, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.